Can someone tell me the truth, please? My mother and stepfather obviously conspired into pharmacologically abusing me, correct? The whole HIV PrEP thing they did for revenge, right? Is that the case? Can somebody just tell me the truth, please? My mother obviously gaslit me into taking HIV PrEP. Was the whole HIV PrEP thing premeditated by my mother and stepfather? Did they pharmacologically abuse me with a mega regimen of medications to torture me? Can someone tell me the truth, please? Did my mother? Somebody says no, troll guard. I want to talk. I just don't believe my mother and stepfather. She says, "How many different ways do I have to?" I'm like, "You're fucking lying, though." I just want the truth. I just want honesty and transparency. Did they gaslight me into taking HIV PrEP? I don't know. I guess. Except they have told me the truth. Except nobody is lying to me. Except everything is as it appears to be at face value. There is no hidden motivation for why they did it. I mean, I just want people to tell me to my fucking face at this point, you know? Like, if you really did it to me, just fucking tell me, you know? Somebody says, if they really did it, how the fuck would we know? I don't know. Somebody wants to know if they did it and why they did it. I suspect it's revenge over something that took place 20 years ago, or maybe something that took place in 2011. Maybe it was a culmination of things where they thought I needed a receipt. I don't know. I suspect it was revenge. You know, I suspect they did it to me. Somebody says nobody cares about, what took place 20 to 25 years ago on the cruise. Somebody says in 2011 nobody's getting revenge for you assaulting your mom. Nobody's getting revenge for you. It was just a freak accident, basically. Somebody says, I would bet your parents never wanted revenge against their own child. Somebody says, if it was revenge for that, why is it still going on? Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really make any sense when you really boil it down, right? I'm gonna delete this live. I still. I'm gonna delete this live stream and just. Somebody says if they really did it, I hope one day they will tell you. I hope so too. If they told me, I would be angry as I should be, but realistically, they tell me they didn't do it. They swore that they didn't do it. No, I would. I'm not saying. I would. Obviously, I would not get violent because I don't want jail, the psychiatric hospital, or worse. I would never get violent, but I would be angry. I would. I would start emailing all my psychiatrists saying what they just confessed to. Like I would just try. I would try to get the Supreme Court involved. I would go at I like if they said, yeah, we really pharmacologically abused you with the mega regimen of psychiatric medications. We really gaslit you into taking prep. Like I would really be angry. I would be angry, as I should. Anybody would be angry if you found out your parents had bad intentions, right? You should be angry. But they say the reason they don't confess to it is there's nothing to confess to. I'm delusional, you know? So catch it, check it, change it. Yeah, yeah, just catch it, check it, change it. Toggle the emotional switch to off. I actually had a salmon sandwich from a French bakery, which was pretty yummy. I just had a nice salmon sandwich. It was really good with this cream cheese sauce. I didn't go. I actually drove to Miller's. I sat in the parking lot. I looked inside, and you know, I didn't go inside Miller's, so I did. I didn't start live streaming, but Rusty says, regardless if your parents did it or didn't do it, and they claim they didn't, um, you know, you're just better off not thinking about it and moving on. You know, you're just better not thinking about it and moving on. You know, regardless if they did or didn't do it, just don't think about it and move on. I didn't actually go. I didn't actually step inside Miller's. I just sat in the parking lot and looked in the windows. Somebody suggests. Yeah, somebody says marijuana makes you paranoid, so you know you don't want you don't. I'm better off abstaining from things like marijuana. You know, Horn Dog says there's many good things in Massapequa. What is ketamine, Rusty? They say his doctor should treat him with ketamine. What is ketamine, Rusty? Somebody says, would I also sue the therapists? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, it turned out to be true. Everybody's lying to you. Everybody, the whole HIV and pharmacological abuse and mega regimen of psychiatric medication was all sadistic and nefarious. Let's say it turns out to be true. Would you also sue your therapists? Of course. But how would I? In order to prove this, I would also have to prove Dr. Copland and Dr. Garrett are negligent, and of course they're going to say I'm delusional. So who would come to my defense and say in court, Dr. Copland is negligent, Dr. Garrett is negligent, Andrew's parents are sadists? Who would actually do that? Nobody in their right mind would be able would be able to prove that. The best in the business at psychiatry are negligent and criminal. Like, how would I be able to prove that, you know? It would mean you guys are all in on it too, yeah. Yeah, it would be a nightmare to prove the psychopharmacologist is negligent because in order to prove that, I would also have to prove it's just impossible to prove. There's a lot of power that psychopharmacologists wield. And if you take the medications, even if you're getting forced by your parents, frankly, I just can't prove it in the Supreme Court. I just can't prove it in the Supreme Court. Even if they did have sadistic intentions, my parents. It's tough to prove negligence, yeah. And they say they're not sexual sadists anyway. I know that for certain. How do you know that for certain? But I mean, but they say they're not. So he says, "Mommy and Poppy got your back." Oh yeah, I am sexually frustrated, and I've been involuntarily celibate for like my whole life. That's for sure. So maybe I'm projecting my sexual frustration onto them. That's a possibility, you know what I mean? Maybe I really want mommy and daddy to help me meet a girlfriend. Maybe there was no conspiracy to torture me. Maybe I'm just delusional. He says, "Bingo, Andrew. That's exactly what it is. You're delusional." Well, I've toggled the emotional switch to off. So he says, "Your chains are internal, not maternal." I actually had a salmon sandwich from a bakery. Um, okay, yeah. I mean, sometimes these emotions, these emotional moments, will creep into my mind, and my mind will go haywire, and it'll feel real to me, and then I'm able to fight it off. It's just hard. It's hard living with mental illness. It's hard living with delusions, and why do you think I get these moments where my mind goes haywire and I get really emotional and I get really angry and afraid and I think people are torturing me? Like, why do you think I get this? Like, why do I get this? Do you think there's truth? Do you think there's a kernel of truth to this, or do you think it's just all psychosis? Rusty says it's because you aren't properly medicated. Yeah, I took my Abilify tonight. I took my Abilify 10 milligrams. And I refuse to properly medicate myself, they say. They say it's a medication issue. I don't know. I mean, some people think so you think schizoaffective or schizophrenia is something that needs to be medicated? You think it's an illness that needs to be medicated? So he says the truth of the matter is you don't treat the bipolar aspect of your dual disorder. So he says the meds should help you, but you have to take them. All right, guys. Somebody said Cobras says he loves my videos. Thank you, Cobras. What's your favorite video of mine? So, okay, so I did have an interaction with a relatively cute woman. I'm assuming she's college age. I went to this local bakery and I got a sandwich, but I kind of feel like I'm wearing the scarlet letter, and everybody looks at me and they could tell I'm defective, damaged, and I'm crazy. I feel like she was looking at me like, wow, this guy's a freak. This guy's like a trauma survivor. This guy is, and I'm, most likely she's just. I don't. I shouldn't think everybody in the bakery or the was looking at me like I was like this freak, like I was. I don't know. Maybe that's in self consciousness and maybe it's self consciousness and insecurity. Somebody says the most likely the woman is just a college student who wasn't thinking that. Um, Instead, I should have thought maybe she likes me and asked for her number instead. Maybe I should have looked in her eyes and smiled instead of looked away. Maybe I should have looked in her eyes, smiled, and behaved like Cell Waters. Nobody's looking at me in a critical way. I'm self-conscious. Flash the confidence, basically. Just show them confidence. Show them that don't be afraid. Show them confidence. Somebody says take a Xanax. Maybe I need a Xanax tonight. Maybe. Somebody think is that Depakote? They say I think you should also be on is that Depakote, that other medication you're talking about? I was on Depakote, but I stopped taking it. Somebody says lithium might be a good choice for me. I've taken lithium. Lithium. I don't know. I see the psychopharmacologist Monday, so Lamictal. That's a good one. Maybe I'll talk about Lamictal. I didn't mind Lamictal. Yeah, lamotrigine or Lamictal. I'll ask about that. I'll ask about Lamictal. Yeah, maybe I'll ask about lamotrigine. Yeah, I'll call my mom and tell her that I think I'll ask about Lamictal. She'll be proud of me. I'm going to tell the warden how I'm thinking about taking Lamictal. Hello, yeah, I think I'm going to tell Dr. Copland that I'm going to take a small dose of Lamictal, the mood stabilizer, to see if that helps calm my mood a little bit when I get into these emotional episodes. They don't. No, okay. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye. All right. So he says, "Don't tell Poppy until he apologizes." So I know my mother was saying that accusing her of pharmacologically abusing her. She said it made her cry, but I don't know why I don't take when she says that sincerely. I don't know. Maybe I did make her cry. I don't know. She says she's scared and upset, and I don't know. I don't know why I feel like she's a phony. And she's just acting. That's a really shitty thing to accuse. I don't know. I guess you're right. Maybe she is really sad. Somebody says adding a second medication will do wonders. Somebody says apologize to the warden. Apologize to Warden Norton. Somebody says I should apologize to everyone. I'm sorry, everybody. Especially Dale. They say I should apologize to everybody, especially my stepfather. They say I'm sick. Somebody says, as a parent, I would be really upset too if my kid accused me of something that fucked up. I guess you're right. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is really. I mean, maybe another medication, maybe adding Lamictal. Somebody says, Dale isn't even your real father, but he has loved and supported you for years. Somebody says, Lamictal will be a big help. Horn Dog says, yes, take the Lamictal. You need to take Lamictal. You just basically you're not medicated enough. That's what they say. Hey, Alice, how you doing? How you doing, Alice? Good to see you. Alice! Yeah, man. Oh. All right, guys. I think it's going to get better. I think things are going to get better. Should I go get some Cold Stone Creamery? Nah, I just had a big sandwich. I'm fine. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Dave says, yes, get Cold Stone. Yes, get Cold Stone. So he says, how are things going to get better? Will Lady Gaga fix it for you? Maybe Lady Gaga will fix it for me, or maybe I need to take a Lamictal. What do you think? What do you think, Kip? Oh, he says, go get IHOP. Get a chocolate chip pancakes. Get some yummy chocolate chip pancakes. There's a stay up late and party. Chicken waffles for the win. Well, I got improv class at 2 p.m. tomorrow. You gotta fight for your right to party. Kip says there is no hope. All you have is pancakes. All you have in life going for you is pancakes, Andrew. Oh. Now let me try calling my mom again. All right, I think I'm gonna take a Xanax. I'm gonna go to bed. You know. Somebody says yes, ice cream, improv, delusions, and pancakes. These are some of the greatest things in life, man. Somebody says a bikini or thongs. I prefer a bikini over thongs. Somebody says you know enough. You know, with enough practice, you could become the third Beastie Boy. Maybe I could, Rusty. Maybe I could. Oh, I'm getting tired, guys. I think I'm going to take a Xanax and hit the hay. Somebody says go get some apple pie. And they like me in the Bumblebee shirt. I have that going for me. All right, guys. Adios, amigos and amigas. Peace out.